works. I think it works. I'm monitoring the stream on the Fire tablet from my daughter. She has an iPad now. And what we do today? I don't know why I'm always watched there instead of there. Okay. I write some code for the controller here, or the thing that I prepare. It already works a little bit. I need to optimize the code at some places, but it's good enough to show you and what I want to do with it. I hope the audio is this time better. And let me see if I can see the chat. It only shows me things here, but not the chat. Why it doesn't show me the chat on the tablet? Oh, that is weird. Where else can I look for this? Maybe let me try something. Can maybe monitor it here on this computer. But this little computer I need for the coding. There is the Arduino software installed, and I change a lot of things like last time. First thing is I put the microphone. You cannot see, it's better you cannot see. I still need a good better microphone, of course. Then I moved my router, my modem, down to basement. So the two computers that do the stream things are now connected directly with cable to the box. So they have full gigabit connection to the router or to the modem. And my outgoing connection should be about up to 400 Mbit. Normally you don't get the 400, but
Für den Bauch, den Kopf, was dir tut. Top-Markenprodukte bis zu 60% reduziert. Schnelle Lieferung garantiert. Bei der Apotheke ohne Theke. apodiscounter.de.
Just switch off this desktop audio. I have only the microphone, so I hope someone is in the chat. No, no one is there yet. This computer is live, somehow live. Yeah, also, I need to try with OBS. Sorry. I can see myself 3 places. Oh, that's so weird. And yeah, also the two computers are connected directly to the router, so they have the best connection possible. Also the wireless is now in my basement, so also the phone that's doing the main picture, the workbench picture, now has not this bad lag when it when it looks like this. It's go very smooth now. And yeah, I also make an intro that I can play, so it should be fine now. And go to the software part. For this I have to switch the scene in OBS to, I think, this one. Yes, but before we go to the software, forgot. I switched to this screen. Yes, now I can. Yeah. With the chat I have to work on. Okay, what we do today, or what I do today for you, or what I will want to show you. A while ago, I bought one of this dollhouses, especially this one, and it was at discount, so I didn't pay $50 for it. Because I bought this. I like the design of it. It has a little bit look of the Chinese with some of the lamps here, so I like it. It's not finished yet. Some of the furniture I built already, and if you want, I can show you next time. I can show you some of the things I already built. They come with a lot of LEDs. I I think 10, 9, I forgot it now. But with a battery box, so you can only have like the lights on the same brightness. And I thought, hey, let's try something. I have some of this TLC, yes, TLC 59. Let me get here. Hope I can read it. It's a TLC 5940, and it's a 16 channel PWM controller for LEDs, so especially for this purpose. I think I need to adjust the webcam a little bit. And yes, I just put it together, so I could control each LED individually with brightness and other things. And I started this project almost 1 year ago, and then it comes in a box for other projects. So now I have time. My little girl and my wife are still in China because Hong Kong is they cannot go from Sanya to Hong Kong, so they are still stay there, but that's make me even have more time. So I started to work on it, and this is the program, or the start of the program, and I want to go through it with you. Then we try it out, and for this I switch the scene again. I have to use this one. Yes, I try something here so you have a bigger picture of the board itself, and you can see what's going on. The functions I have implemented now is the working display as a menu, and I write a menu system. We have included the trim pot, of course, for the display, the rotary encoder, and the button, and the TLC, of course. Then 16 channels 16 channels with plugs, and the lights itself. Something I'm still worried about is the rotary encoder. It is a little bit, yeah, sometimes it jumps around, and not a problem, and I have this button, and it's not debounced in the software, or when you doesn't have the right timing, it goes a little bit crazy. I tried to use a special library for buttons, or for the rotary encoder button, to avoid this problem, but it seems like I'm using too much timers for the other stuff, or the internal timers, and I'm running in problems that when I compile it, it comes a lot of failures if I use some libraries and I try some. I didn't remember totally because it's 1 year ago. But with some helpers, I call it, it get a little bit better. So I'm also try to make an schematic for it. Not finished yet. When I build things like this, I just put together, read the data sheets of the parts, and or the how to wire it in the Arduino example codes. So I didn't paint any schematic Schaltplan before I start. So I have to reverse engineering my own design before I can paint a schematic. When I have a schematic, I will put it online, maybe in the links down in the description, or somewhere else, maybe on, I'm not Thingiverse, the other side. Yes, I use it often before. I forgot it. The site where you can put things on that you designed. Instructables.com. I have the little sticker there from also a long time ago. I get one of their prizes for some what I built. So instructables.com, because I think this is a little bit worthy to put on Instructables. Let's go to the software. I think. I hope. The problem is not a problem. the thing is, I learned programming almost a very long time ago. I always do it by myself, like basic on the VC20 or VIC-20 from Commodore, later and on the Amiga. And then when I go to the Staatliche Technikakademie Weilburg, we learn a little bit C. But even C part of the Technikschule is about 15 years ago. So I'm very rusty in writing code, and I know there's a lot of space of optimization for the code. But I try to explain you what I thought when I write this code. So the standard is the includes of the liquid crystal is for this, for the TLC 5940, and for the encoder. These are the three libraries I need for it. Then the setup things like const int rs8. This is the pinout of the display. And then liquid crystal LCD RSE and D4 D5 D6 D7 is for the initialization of the display. Then even the same with the encoder. Int retro equals 1 is something I use that it doesn't every cycle it goes to the main, it redraw the display. That always took a little bit time, and it is not necessary to do it in every cycle, only if something changed, like the number of the channel or other things. Then the const int button pin is the pin number for the input pins for the buttons, and there is like the button state, ink state is also something like I use in the later code for if it is pressed or not. Long old position, long new position is for the rotary encoder. This comes from the example library you can find in Arduino code or in the Arduino IDE. LED flicker is a table. I have to use long here or not, because integer would be enough with the numbers I use here, but the TLC can have from 0 to 4096 for the PWM. Very 8-bit is not enough like this. So then integer count is something to help for the flicker code that it runs through it. Then the next part is the menu related stuff. I should use the mouse, I think. In select 1, this is something like, I think I can delete this already. I changed something in the code. Integer mode, this is also for which mode is selected at the moment. Then string mode, string, as a string mode and then string. Also an array with off full PWM flicker. This is the text that you see in the display. Oh, is someone online? I have no idea because I cannot monitor the stream. Oh, maybe I should look here. Really have to work on this. And it's not very professional yet, I know. That works somehow. Now I can see the chat. I hope the audio is really better this time. Last time I know the audio was terrible because of the built-in microphone from the laptop. So maybe it's better today. Integer menu 0. This is also something to help the menu system here. At the moment I'm using 0 for the main menu, 1 for the channel mode, and 2 for set PWM for the pulse width modulation that control the brightness of the LED. Then we have integer channel mode. To write in which mode is which channel. It starts every channel starts with off, also with 0, and then when I choose in the menu, or you choose if you build this, it change the value here to 0, 1, 2, or 3. And if you build in more functions, you can go to 256, 255, 0, 255, yeah. Long channel PWM is the PWM value for each channel if PWM is set. Integer underscore a integer btn underscore a is equals 0 is also a helper for the menu system. And TLC channel 0 is also, I think, something I can delete already because I'm not using it anymore. Void setup. Okay, the void setup runs one time in the Arduino code. And this sets all the functions like the TLC, TLC init, then the LCD display. It tells here 16, 2 means I have 16 characters each line and I have 2 lines. Then serial begin. This is just for debugging purpose. So if there's any problem, or you have any problems, you can later on get serial out. You can send some text to the console, to a serial console on the computer, and check what's going on. And then void loop. I only write code at the moment in the loop, as in the standard loop. From C, I know, as an NCC, I know you can also do like subroutines, and then you open the subroutine and go back after it's finished. And if you know how to do it, it's the much better way to program. But as say before, it's long time ago that I write any code, so I'm not very comfortable with this anymore. So I use the main loop here. That's why I have to use some helpers to avoid problems with the menu system. I think it would be easier if I use some subroutines or subcodes. Everything started with the display, or showing the things that goes on the display. And for the display I have two main parts. The first part, I will mark it if it works, is this one. First it asks if redraw equals 1 and menu is not 2, because menu 2 is the PWM menu where I need other text, then write this on the display. So set cursor is the first line as a 0.0 at the first place. Then it starts here, and there write channel. Then it goes to the position 11. That is there. Maybe I need something to show here. And here it writes then the channel it's getting from the chosen channel. So the channel you choose is select. Select is the this was the integer before. It is for which channel is selected at the moment, and it is the select value is changed by turning the rotary encoder. So then it print the number of the channel, like channel 10. Then also it should show in which mode is this channel already, or at the moment. That is the same happening here. So set cursor 0.1. The second line here is 1. And starting at character 0, and it writes there modus. Then, because I have different lengths, then it goes down to the next line. And because I'm using different long words, like flicker is longer than PWM, I clear only this area here. I don't clear the whole display. Then it has to repaint all of it, but it's not necessary. It's only this area that needs to be cleared. And then it set the cursor here and write what's going on. For this, it used the array that I built or I made in the init at the beginning, and that is mode string and then channel mode select, because it needs to check which channel is selected and which mode has this channel, because it can be 0, 1, 2 or 3. So off, on, PWM and flicker. And this it read out with this as a LCD print mode string, then channel mode. Channel mode is as a mode string says on, off, on, well, full PWM string. and it depends on what's in channel mode. It's also an array for each channel. This can be 0, 1, 2, or 3. And then select is the number of the channel that is at the moment on the screen. So it will always show in which mode is this channel. That is what happened on the display. This already took a while to figure out. So I just switch on one light yet. And you see it's saying full here. Again pressing, and I'm back in the main menu. And you see when you go through it, it always print what's going on. Channel 1 is full, channel 2 is still off. So then the second part for the display, when I'm in the PWM mode, we do this at the channel 2, we switch it to PWM. Then of course when you have PWM, you need to change the value. So it has a different text, or there's a different text needed at this position. At the moment channel 2 is PWM equals 0, and now I can use the rotary encoder to choose or to select the value of PWM. And again press here, it goes back to the main menu where you can choose the channel. Channel 1 full, channel 2 WPM, and channel 3 is in off position. And maybe you can see it a little bit, this light is dimmer. It's not easy to catch it on camera. And that's why I have two routines, and this happened here. If redraw, also if somewhere in the code has changed something that the display needs to be redrawn, then this is 1. And menu equals 2. 2 is the, if you choose in the menu PWM, then it needs to write these things. Sorry, I think I need to drink a little bit of my coffee. Not the right time now for the pause screen. I also make a pause screen, something where I can pause. Getting cold. So, how is the picture? Someone write something? No, too bad. Okay. Yeah, go to the button that or something like yeah, this is spaghetti code. We call it spaghetti code. There's where I use the helper, and I'm really sad that I could not use the debouncer. So if you press too long, it jumps back and forth. It's not perfect, but it works. It's quick and dirty code, and it's really no, not quick. It takes about 2 days and a few hours. So at the beginning it asked button state. That is also an integer that we build or we prepare in the beginning of the code. Digital read button pin. Button pin is an integer that we also define at the beginning. You can also write directly the number, but it's easier with this and it's better to understand. So if the button goes from high to low, it will yeah, the if thing is, it goes to the next part of the code. I ask for low and not for high because I'm using the internal pull up resistors in the Arduino board. It's an Arduino Nano, yes, and so I don't need a pull down resistor, so it's much less parts needed. And I didn't see any Nachteil, any disadvantage of this. So if button state equals low, also if the button is pressed, it started with that it makes the helper, the btn underscore a, set it to 1. It comes from the initialization, it comes with 0, but now it has a 1. I have to set here a 1 because of the reason if I don't use an helper, I could not choose, or if I choose one, and then it could also happen that in the next part it also has that it goes there. So with this I avoid this. If menu equals 0, also here. Also if the software is still running on the main menu, menu 0, also on this menu where you can select a channel, and the BTNA, also the helper, is 1, then it should switch from the channel select to the channel mode where you can change the channel. So, and then it says menu equal menu to 1. It said menu, the integer menu, to 1. The button A, also the helper, to 0, because we do already something here, then it has to go to 0. And because of we change something, it goes to redraw. So it redraw the display. Then we ask if menu equals 1. Yeah, it equals 1 because we set it to 1 here, and that is the problem I have before. And but then it says and button A equals 1. A get to 0 there, so it ignores this part then and go back to the, or goes down to the menu parts. So just guess we go to channel 3. We didn't switch on channel 3 yet. Okay, we have chosen channel 3 here on the display. Our select is on 3 now, and then we press the button. It just do this, it goes from the menu was 0 before, now the menu is 1, and when the menu is 1, it change not the channel by turning the rotary encoder, it change the mode for the channel. So here I go to the flicker code later on, but it's okay. So now we are in, yes, we are in the menu mode number 1, and we choose mode flicker for this channel. So, and when I press again, then let me scroll a while. Let me scroll to this place here, right? So at the moment the menu is 1, so this is true. And by pressing the button, we have button set digital read. If button set low, then button A gleich 1. So it doesn't go into, I show you with my finger on the screen, that doesn't work. I need to show it with the cursor, sorry. If menu equals 0 and button equals 1, no, it's not 0 at the moment, it's 1 at the moment. So it doesn't go to this. But if menu gleich 1, also equals 1, and button A equals 1, yes, that is the case now, because we set A here to 1. And if mode is equals 2, no, the mode is not equal to. Because we set it to flicker. Flicker is mode 3, so it doesn't do this. If mode is not true, also it's not 2, then yeah, this is what we have. We have 3. We have not 2. We have not 1. We have 3. Then it does this, and here it set the menu back to 0, so that we are in the channel select mode. It sets button A to 0. Yes, we need this, otherwise it could happen that it goes at the next position. If I write more here. And it says redraw 1. Yes, we have to redraw because here on the display was PWM, and now it has to be modus here, so it has to switch what it is doing. So next case is for this part of the code. It's when we are in the PWM menu. So let me switch to channel. No, I have to go here. Give me flicker for 3. So channel 4. Channel 4 we go to PWM. Now I show you already. Now it has changed to PWM, and this happened here. So if menu equals 1, yes, it was equals 1, and it was button pressed, and we have chosen PWM as a mode number 2. Then the menu goes to number 2, and do the things that it has to be done for number 2, for the menu number 2. But we need to go out from number 2. And this happened at least here. If menu equals 2 and button A, the btn A equals 1, then menu class 0, back to the main menu. Redraw, yes, modus, PWM. I should set a value, I think. That is more fun. Get a little bit light there. And then we channel, it's number 4. The channel number 4 is set, and when we go through it, we scroll through the numbers here. I hope you can see a little bit. Then you can already see channel 1 was set to full brightness, channel 2 to PWM, channel 3 to the flicker mode, channel 4 to P. Talking too much. I should drink another coffee. So, is someone online? Hello, outside. Hello, world. Oh, why is this not there? I forget what this is. Hello, hello. Someone online? How is the audio? Give me some feedback. If there are people not speaking English, also hallo zusammen, willkommen. Auch an meine deutschen Zuschauer, falls es heute deutsche Zuschauer gibt. Schreibt doch mal in den Chat, wie die Audioqualität ist oder ob ihr mich überhaupt hören könnt oder ob ich hier wieder mit mir selber rede, was schon mal vorkommen könnte. So, just drink some coffee. By the way, in the description, somewhere there, down there, some links to Banggood, to Patreon. You know, I often tell it. My wife don't allow me to spend too much money for the hobby. To be honest, nothing. No, it's not so bad. Sometimes I can buy something. And so if you want to support me, I need a better microphone. I need a better webcam. You should not never see this webcam. It's in parts. It's I think no one using like something like this. And I need more light. And more stuff, more things to build. So if you go with the links to Banggood, you don't pay more what you buy, but I will get some provision, affiliate links. I don't have this for Amazon, so I only have this for Banggood because they have great electronic parts. For example, a lot of the kits I built, also the light there. Let me see if I can show you. Here's my live picture. There, this clock, it's one of my famous clocks. You can also find the build video before I make the live videos. I always solder some things, but now I like the live videos. You can find this there. It was about 35 bucks. It's a very nice one. I like it a lot. Or my multimeters. I'm cheap. I don't own any expensive meter. I only have the cheap ones, but it's okay for me. Most expensive part I have is my soldering station, an Erza Icon Pico. I really like it. It's very small and so good. And so if you want to support me, just go there, click on the links, buy something, whatever you need for your hobby, for electronic, and I can make more videos then when I have time. So I should stop talking so much. Now go back to explaining the code. Problem is I don't understand my code myself. No, not so bad. I almost know what I'm done. Not really. So, and then delay 800. The delay is also because I'm not using the debounce library. So I needed a delay and I was playing around with it. I started with 100, with 50. The 800 works best for me at the moment. I would like not using this, but I have no idea. I don't like delays. I don't like to put something in a computer that makes it slower. No, it's not good. But it's the only way here. And it only do the delay. It doesn't do it every turn. So I didn't have it in the main. It's in the main loop, but it's only executed after pressing a button. So it's not so bad. So then, what happened if we are in a menu? That is the heart of the thing. Here happens most of it. And a little bit proud of it because I put a lot of thoughts in it. Maybe not. Maybe you say, oh, what a code. What is he doing? Sorry, Dan. That's me. I can be proud of my code. I didn't code anything for about 15 years, so let me be proud of this code. I hope you can read it a little bit. Maybe I should put it in the description or somewhere to download. So, if menu equals 0, also, and I also tried to make it look a little bit nice, but I better like Programmer's Notepad. Oh, I used this a lot before, 15 years ago. Order? Oh, I don't know. So, if menu equals 0, new position is my enc read divided by 10. When I let it on the direct value, it's almost not usable, the encoder, because you have one click and it changed a lot already. So now I need to turn it a little bit more, but for me this is better than when you go to one click and the encoder already jumps a lot, and you're not at channel 1 or from channel 1 to channel 2, you are at channel 6, and so I divided it by 10. If new position not the same as old position, also if something has changed, only then the rest of the code here will be executed. So if nothing changed after reading the encoder, nothing happened. If something has changed, it executes this marked code, the code you see in yellow now. And if new position higher than old position, also if you turn like right when it count up, then select is plus plus. Select is the chosen channel in this case. So if we turn this right or clockwise, it goes from 13 to 14, and when we turn it anti-clockwise to the left, it goes down. And this happened here. So if new position higher than old position, then it counts up. Else, also if not, also hat sich ja was bewegt, und wenn something has moved, and when you don't move it right, you have to move it left. And that's why I only say select minus minus. Select minus minus is like, you can also write select equals select plus minus 1, but this is a little bit shorter. If select is higher than 16, we have only 16 channels, so we don't need it higher, then we set it back to 1. I was also thinking about, or maybe I do it like, I want to change this now. Because something I don't like is, let's just look on the display, when I go to 16, it jumps back to 1. So when you was too fast, it's very difficult, and you want the channel 16. Again, we got to 1. So already changing this code as this part here should work. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this before. Should be not a big problem, should work. So if select is lower than 1, that's also not good because the first channel is channel 1. We set select to 1. Then let it stop doing this part. We say old position equals new position. So just write back the new position to the old position. So if you don't turn, it doesn't execute this part. And then redraw class equals 1. Ich sag immer gleich. Yes, I'm German, so forgive me that you hear sometimes German words. It could happen. So redraw set to 1. So the display is redrawn like here. The numbers, of course, has to. It has changed, so it needs to be redraw. But if you don't turn, no need to redraw. That's why when I have the display routine, I ask if it's redrawn equals 1. If it is 0, No need to redraw the display. This is some old tricks, not really. But still, I'm a little bit proud of the code. Took me 2 days. It's not many. Too bad I didn't find my old things that I wrote, old software in C. They have much more code. That was terrible. And, okay, this I have to tell you. I need a piece of paper. While in the Techniker Schule, also the staatliche Technikakademie Weilburg, where I make the Computer System und Netzwerktechniker and we write programs, or we have an examen, you know, when you have to prove that you know what you do. No, that is not a good word. I never know what I do. When you want to show that you know something, no. Test. When you wrote a test is the right word. Believe it or not, I have a 4 in English there. So, the teacher was not nice to me. Or maybe it's because I was not often there. So, when we have a test, we have to write everything on a paper. And that was terrible. Like this. Not only that you have to write it on the paper, you also have, when you set the Klammern, you have to make sure that you also have the Einrückungen, that you, like these things, that you go this way, and just blah 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 blah, and then here, mode plus plus. If you forget the semicolon, this at the end, on any row, that was already minus points. I hated it. But to be honest, I still forget this sometimes. So most of my compiler errors is because of semicolon, of this. So let me say you, don't forget it. Put it everywhere where it is necessary and try to keep the code structured. Little story on corner at the rent. Yeah, still no chat. Oh, do I do something wrong? No one want to chat with me? Getting a little bit sad. So, where are the Germans? No Germans are here? Ah, Leute. Ja, ich wüsste jetzt auch keinen von meinen Freunden, der das verstehen würde. Das muss ich jetzt auch dazu sagen. Oder? Mal überlegen. Nee. They are... No. Okay. If menu equals 1. So, when we are in... we go to number 5 now. I know I could also use this. When we are in menu mode number 1, it's a little bit different. And here's already something like the heart of the operation, the heart of the code. So if menu equals 1 and the encoder change the value, if new position is not the old position, it execute this part of the code. Most of it is the same, except the last few rows. So if new position is not old position, then mode plus plus. So we go from mode 0 off to mode 1 full brightness to mode 2 PWM and 3 flicker. And this is set here. And what did I do there? So else mode minus minus. So then we have all again old position is new position equals new position, not equals. We set the old position to the value of the new position. Here, if we choose a mode higher than 3, it goes back to, and here I also set go to 3, because this also happened here. That's what I don't like at the beginning. When I go up the way to flicker and go 1, then it goes directly to off. It cycles through it. It's okay. here's only 4 of it. Maybe I should. Does it make sense? Somehow it makes sense. It's okay. Yeah, it's better than the 16 with the 16 counts. I think I keep this on. If mode higher than 3, we go back to mode 0. So it cycles through it if you go counterclockwise. And if it's lower than 0, the mode, then it's set to 0, because we have the lowest mode is possible is off is 0. So then old position, set old position to new position, and then here it happened where we write the channel mode, the selected mode, into the array. So channel mode select is the channel number. I could maybe give it another name. Oh, happened when I write code. And then we write mode there. So we set the channel mode array with the channel number, in this example channel number 5, to mode. And when we are in off, we set it to 0. When we are in full, we set it to 1. Redraw, of course we have to redraw. We set redraw to 1. So, almost finished. Brauche noch mal ein bisschen Kaffee. I need more coffee. Yes, other Bill. I know sorry, my microphone is. I show you the microphone. That is. Oh wait. Alles gut. Okay. At the moment, I'm using this thing, this little thing. There. This is the microphone. So. And I told you, everyone. But maybe I should invest in a microphone. Really. I know this is a problem, but I hope you can hear a little bit. Not so bad than last time. Last time it was really terrible, and this time I tried out before, and yeah, it's low, a little bit low. It's low, but should be still okay. So thanks you, other Bill, for your comment. And we're going back to the software output. Also, now it's menu 2. Also the menu where you choose the PWM value is finished. Last thing, output or TLC all channels. This part of the code also this 2.1 is like also like helpers. If TLC channel higher than 16, we set back TLC channel to 1. So this is always cycled in the main loop, and restart with channel 1 after channel 16 was written, and set count for flicker to 0 to restart loop. Count is for the flicker table at the beginning, where we set the values for flickering the LEDs. In real it looks much better than on the camera. Too bad that it doesn't work out so good to show you how it looks. Switch channel off. So if yeah, this is count at 130, we set it back to 0, so it restart. Then we come to the set channel off. Here, for example, we have the TLC channel is at the moment at 5. If channel mode TLC, also 5, equals 0, 1, 2, 3, yeah, we are at full. So mode here is not 0, it is 1. Doesn't do this, okay? But then it goes through the rest. We say we're at channel 6. Channel 6 is this one. Channel 6 is off. Let me check. Yes, channel 6 is off. Also channel mode is 0. So TLC, if channel mode TLC channel 6 equals 0, then TLC.set. This is something that from the library for the TLC that write the value to the TLC. And I say channel mode TLC channel is 6 equals 0. It set it to 0, to off, because we wanted to have off. And then just TLC update that it do this. Then it goes through the rest. The rest doesn't matter for this because it was 0. Here's what I say with subroutines or something. So I could already stop here. I don't need to check this because I show you again with my finger. I could already stop here and restart the loop, but didn't remember how to do this. So then we go to channel number 1 is full. Okay, so if the TLC channel is 1 at the moment and what's written in the mode is 1, then we say to 1000. I tell you the TLC 5940 can have up to 0 to 4096, but it's already at, my LEDs are already at full brightness at 1000. Maybe I have to rethink about the resistor here. Here's somewhere a resistor to setting the max current. You see there's no resistors for each LED, there's only one resistor that's at the max current for the TLC. So if it is 1, then we set it to 1000 to full brightness. -1 here, you see I have when I set the channel I have -1 here. This is because of the counting from the TLC doesn't start with 1, TLC start with 0. So Twitch channel to PWM. So let's go to an LED that is in PWM mode, like channel number 2. So if channel mode TLC channel, also we are at channel 2, we think about it, equals 2, yes. Then we set the PWM value here and channel PWM TLC channel number. So for example, there is a value of, just check which value we have here. 2, we choose PWM and we have a value about 20. So read this out of the channel PWM with the channel number we have because of the loop, and times 10 because 1 doesn't change enough. So I can change it a little bit faster what happened here, and you see when we at about 1000 here 100, it's at full brightness. It's the same in full brightness. It's 1000. And then we make TLC update again, also that it writes to the TLC. So switch channel to next one is switch channel to PWM level from flicker table. So if we have chosen like channel number 3, we have chosen the flicker code, then a little bit more need to happen, but also not so complicated. We have also to set the TLC to an, also first we have the TLC channel here, and then we read out from the flicker table, flicker, the value of count, because in the beginning of this loop we have the count number that is always counting up 1, and I add the channel, also the value from the channel. This has something to do with when I have more LEDs in flicker mode, that they have not totally the same or a little bit different synchronized, they're not in sync, so they vary a little bit. Not so happy now with it. Also the flicker table, I need to think about a better flicker table. I searched on internet for a better flicker table, but I didn't find a good one yet that I really like. Especially without doing a delay. You see, I have get it out now at the moment, but it's a little bit too fast. Maybe I work with a longer flicker table. It works maybe a little bit better. Not sure yet. So, and then here times 2 to make it a little bit brighter, because I also work with very low values. But this is easy to change. This is only in the flicker table, and the whole magics with the outputs happen here. It's nothing more. It's just happen in one line of code. all the output things. So after this 4 possibles for the mode is finished, or it goes through it, it just count up the TLC channel number plus plus. So if it was 4, it goes to 5. If it was 5, it goes to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And if it goes to 17, it gets set to 1 back. Because then it starts with the channel 1, of course. It doesn't go with 17. 17 does not exist. By the way, you could make 17 exist. These chips can be cascade. So you can put, you can use more than one chip with one CPU. So it's also possible. Here's delay 2. I have delay 2 in the software before. But I have had the feeling that the buttons and other things was not so responsive. Of course, you have a delay there. So let me write little changes we make. Save first to the board and see what happened. Hochladen. Yes, you see every LED is off now because we didn't set any channel yet. You could give it something like a standard routine. When you go to the mode table here, I start with every channel off, but you can also say any channel on PWM, and you add the PWM value in the second line here, or you say every channel in flicker mode, or whatever. It is possible. It's very easy to change. So you could also, if you're good, you have an EEPROM in the AdMega. I think you can use it in code, and you can like save it. You can say, but I think when you reprogram, it's going back to 0. I have no idea. Maybe that is something I can think about it. That when I change the values, I save it to the EEPROM, and when I restart, it goes back to the last state of the lights. But this is something for the future, and that will be a lot of tinkering. It takes a long time. So last thing I want to show you, I add something to the channels 14, 15 and 16, because I only need about 10 channels and I have 16. So I tried press this button. I can play around with this LED. Here is an RGB LED, channel 15, then sogar erstmal. Yeah, that's what I mean with the delay between the TLC, not PWM. Whoa. Okay, 15 we go to flicker. I really tell you, in real it looks much better than on the screen. And 16 we set to full on, or we set all the channels to flicker mode. Nicht full flicker. Thanks. Yeah. So now the RGB LED is flickering in some different colors, and maybe I have 3D print something for it to also use it in the little house, in the little dollhouse. Now I think I have to finish the dollhouse. The light controller is almost done. I don't think that I need to change a lot of it. Of course, the software there's a lot of optimization, or of the possibles to optimize it, but in my opinion, the code is quite easy to read. What do you think? Let it in the comments. Write me something in the comments. Or if you want to have the alpha status code, just write me, contact me, and you can already have it, because before I upload it to instructables. This maybe take a while. I need to write something for it, and I need to make nice pictures, or maybe I do it tonight. I'm not sure yet. Also, the thing with the schematics, I tell you, I never when I build something, make some schematics. When I paint something that was already very evolved, most of the things I just put together and see what happened. Yeah, that's me, I know. I just wanted to maybe... I cannot show you the screen from this computer, I don't know why. Just give me a moment. What's that? Oh, this is the other computer. Oh, please stand by. Yes, sorry. Computer. This one? This one. Yes. I use this. And then... Nee, that doesn't work. Bildschirmaufnahme. Fenster. Fenster works better. For KiCad I need the big computer. It doesn't work well on the small computer. So you should see KiCad now. I just downloaded it today. I have to say, even this, just putting in the sorry that I always say put. Just place the symbols in the schematics drive me nuts. And then I wanted to switch to the layout mode, and it said me no footprint, and I realized, oh, what? I thought it is automatic when I choose the stuff. No, it's not automatic. Maybe this is normal, I have no idea. I used Eagle 25 years ago on the Windows NT, and I really make some PCBs single layer, but also long time ago. I really have to go back to those things. Yeah, I tried to reverse engineering my own board, so to make a schematic for you, and if this is finished, I think I can upload this stuff to Thingiverse, to instructables.com, a site that I really liked long time before. Here's OBS. Du kannst raus. Halt, du bleibst da. Du kannst raus. Weg damit. Ja, ich bin mir sicher. So, yeah, really the quality of the LEDs, or this is something I really have no idea how to make it better. In real life it looks good, but here it doesn't look so nice. And also with the LEDs, it comes with the kits. These are have an orange glow. It looks better than with these LEDs. Maybe these are too bright or too low power. I have no idea. But the controller works. Just make it to work in 2 days after soldering 1 year ago. So have fun today. Hope you learned something with my crude programming coding skills. Remember to thumbs up, subscribe, whatever, and we will see us next time. Next video is about, I have no idea yet. Maybe we take something apart. Taking things apart is always fun. Or we solder something. But I don't have any good kits at the moment. Maybe something little. Or we just sit in my basement drinking a coffee. Coffee's cold. Oh wait, I clean up my room. I need to make a little bit place here. So Switch to OBS. Now I have to scream, otherwise you won't hear any. I clean up my shelves. I reorganize them. Write things on all the boxes so the background is not so messy. Yes, so I like streaming. I like the live streaming better than taking videos and cutting it. Because this is more the way I do my hobby. It's just thinking around, get things, trial and error, and the way when I build something is not so good for standard videos. So, and I'm very talky. I like to talk. So when I do a normal video, it is a half hour. It's already long. When I do live, it's 2 hours. It's okay. I think so. Maybe not. Maybe you hate me for this. So even when you not watch live, this video was live. Maybe next time you can catch me when I'm live. I think I should check the world clock before. Most of my viewers come from the States, so not so many German viewers, because I'm speaking English, not German. Sometimes, manchmal spreche ich aber auch Deutsch. Ich kann nämlich auch Deutsch. Könnte daran liegen, dass wir hier in Deutschland sind und ich aus Deutschland komme. But I think the electronic maker community is more in the States or in the US. Especially my area where I'm from or where I live, there's no maker space, there's nothing. It's terrible. You cannot go somewhere and tinkering around with other people doing electronic. People are not interested in those things. They are not creative here. So that's why I started the channel, to share my hobby with you. If I still have a lot of time, I will do more live videos. But even when I can go back to work, I still can do some live videos, because I'm an early bird. I get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Even I don't need to get up so early, and I can do live streams. This time I still take a little bit to prepare. But it's getting better, and I need a microphone. So if you have any idea for me for a microphone, I think a clip-on mic would be good, but then get expensive because it needs to be wireless. With wire, I know what happened with the headsets. I always kill the cables. But I think the Logitech H600, maybe this works. But then I'm sitting with a headset here. Also not the best idea. So if someone has an idea for me what I can do, just write it in the comments. If you come to the end of the video, of course. Otherwise you won't hear this. And tell me your ideas. But remember, it should be not too expensive. Otherwise my wife kill me, and I don't want to get killed, to be honest. So I don't know how to stop this. Let me see. Just switch off the internet. That always work. But bringing the fast internet to basement was the best idea. Oh wait, I can show you how fast it is now. Switching to the ThinkPad. Switching to the Internet Explorer. Again, the little house we built this controller for. And switching to... Oh, we just read it with fast.com. So let me see. Oh, yes, okay. Before downstairs with wireless, I was never over 90. So that is good. 380. It's almost that what I pay for. I pay for 400. Up to 400, and 380 is a good result. I'm very happy with this. And best thing is the workbench cam is almost without latency. Very good, I think so. And I'm not sure if we have any frame drops. I think you can. Oh, here. Oh, I can read it here. Frame drops. We have 199 frames drops, 0.2%. I think that is not bad. And I'm streaming with 6,000. I have no idea if this is good or not. So maybe I think I can still go up. I have 25 Mbit upload. This is 25,000 kilobit. I can get up, but I'm not sure. So yeah, this is just now me trying around a little bit here what I can do. And I'm proud of my everyone switch up, sorry. Everyone switch up the volume because I'm so not loud. Now again, very loud. This is not go back to the workbench. So that's for today. 1 hour with ts.electronics. Oh, wait. In the morning I forgot something. I should say, hi, I'm Thorsten Singer. No, here, there's the camera, okay? Hi, I'm Thorsten Singer. I'm your host at ts.electronics. Now to the sponsor. Oh, we don't have a sponsor. Sorry. Okay, that's all for today. Really, that's all, okay? Where's stop? There's stop. Yeah, I'm sure.